Tonight is your family fun night. First at 8, the date is set.
Where is she?
For the verses of the year.
Calvin, you better get her.
Miranda versus Laura.
Watch the left.
Calvin!
Miranda hits harder than that.
I gotta keep practicing.
All right, House of Payne fans, you just saw the promo for next week's episode. A Little Discipline. This is season 10, episode 18. Synopsis. Miranda demands answers. When Calvin leaves their son alone, Christian, with Laura for the first time, and things don't go very well. This airs December 14th, and I say that strangely because of the fact that, holy crap, by the time this episode comes out, we'll almost be halfway done with the freaking month of December. Time is flying, guys. It really is. So, in the promo, it starts off with Miranda bursting into Calvin's loft and saying, let me at her. Where is she? And then Calvin tries to, break it up like, oh, what's going on? Really reminding me of the Andy trying to break up the Karen Fatima showdown, which is going down tonight on Sisters. And Laura's like, Calvin, you better get her. And then, it's like Miranda versus Laura. And it looks like Laura has I don't know what they're called, like goggles, VR goggles. Those things where people put them on their head and it's like they're playing. Is it virtual reality VR? Like they're playing a game, they're punching and kicking like they're in the game. And, she's like, I guess kickboxing, or well, not kickboxing. It's like she's in a fighting game. And Calvin, I think he kind of like punches the headset just a little bit. And Laura's like, Calvin? He's like, well, Miranda hits a lot better than that. I mean, a lot harder than that. And she's like, I better keep practicing. So it looks like these two will come to blows, but I highly doubt it. I feel like there'll be a major misunderstanding. They're probably going to fight throughout the episode. Eventually, they'll cool down by the ending of it. But based on the synopsis, it seems that Laura is watching Christian. Remember, this could be in relation to that schedule that Calvin suggested because Laura came up with it. LD Laura days. Perhaps Laura watches Calvin for the first time, or excuse me, not Calvin, but Christian for the first time. And since the title's called A Little Discipline, she possibly spanks him or something. Then he tells his mom, and that's why Miranda comes in a huff. This could be one of those episodes where, okay, I think I see where Miranda's coming from, because it's like, I know it's easy to hate Miranda, especially the way she's been written in regards to Laura's a homewrecker, blah, 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 blah. I want Calvin back. But Laura is not Christian's mother. And we know, based off the things that Calvin said to Miranda in the last episode, not this week's, but last week's episode, it seems Laura has a different method of raising children than how Miranda does. So I don't know if Miranda punishes Christian with, like spankings. So if Laura does and actually spanks or puts hands on Christian, then that's not going to go over well with Miranda. But we'll find out how things play out next week. So the question is, like, whose side is Calvin going to be on? His fiance's side or the mother of their child who Laura spanked? I feel like this could be a good episode, but what I really hope doesn't happen is this being another episode, which could plant more seeds of hope of Calvin and Miranda getting back together, where it's like, wow, the way we came together about our son because of what Laura did really makes me miss and love you even more. So I would hate if this episode gives, I guess you could say, Laura the villainous role, making it seem even more obvious that, yeah, this is not the woman for Calvin. He needs to be with Miranda again. No, that would really suck, because what's the point of having her in the series to begin with? But I don't think we've seen these two in an episode together since the game night episode, and Miranda was acting completely out of pocket, and Laura was the mature one, and then Miranda was the petty one. So am I looking forward to this episode? Not really, but I do feel like it's going to get a lot of hits on the channel and on the network. But we'll we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, I do agree that if I were with someone, like if I was with someone, oh, I met this girl, we're dating, we're engaged, well, we're not married or anything. And even if we were, if she had a child by somebody else, I don't think it's my place to put my hands on that child. Even if my spouse or girlfriend or fiance and the baby daddy, they spank the child, I don't think it's my place. Like, even if they said, hey, Jeremy, can you babysit Joey? I'm just making up a name. Hey, can you babysit Joey? Because, I gotta do such and such. I'm not saying they go somewhere together, but let's just say I'm in a situation where I have to watch this child by myself. Even if they gave me permission, hey, he's only 5, but he's been, a bit rowdy lately. So, don't hurt him, but, you have our permission to, discipline him if necessary. I would feel uneasy about doing that. So I do understand that if Miranda is enraged, because not only, here's my thing. Does she know that Laura's watching Christian alone for the first time? Because if she didn't know, she's going to be pissed off at Calvin for letting their son stay with Laura without her knowing it, and also putting hands on their child. So this could be one of those. Miranda is probably most likely in the right, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up to show you like it. Hit subscribe as we close in on 200,000 subscribers. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.